tap,
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 tap, tap, tap, tap, tap. Okay, we'll go with that.
Sure, yeah, that worked.
I'm fuck it. We have enough points. I don't know how to sync audio like this
Neither
without,
do I.
but
We'll get it.
I'm
Whatever.
sure it's
on my end, it sounded like it was synced.
yeah, just like in post. How do you put shit together?
I don't know. You'll figure it out.
Anyways, well, hello, welcome back, our 0 viewers and 0 subscribers, back to the. We have a name now, Intellectual
Yes.
Garbage.
Welcome back to Intellectual Garbage. We are your hosts.
Or more specific, you mean the Intellectual Garbage Podcast?
Indeed.
Yes. Yeah, you gotta say it right if you're gonna say it.
Yeah. So we are the Intellectual Garbage Podcast.
Because everything we say is absolute garbage.
But also we use pretty big words to make it seem like we're smart, and we are, but not in the way you think.
We use big words, but half the time I don't think we know what they mean. At least I don't know what they mean. Maybe you do.
I actually know what a lot of big words mean. Thank you very much.
Wow, big smart man. Big smart.
Yes.
Imagine being smart and knowing big words.
You're smarter than I am.
Can't relate.
So yeah, we are your hosts. I am now and probably for a while I'm Mute. And would you like to introduce yourself? Just so that we can have something to call each other.
Dumb Funk, I guess, because I'll have a YouTube channel eventually called. I have a YouTube channel called Dumb Funk. Actually, I don't have any videos up on it, but I do have the channel.
That's good.
Because maybe someday I'll become a YouTuber. You never know.
You have all of the tools to success right now.
All the tools to become my dream job, which is a YouTuber. Have you noticed that like being a YouTuber is like the dream job of most of our like Gen Z generation?
Now that you mention
or millennials, I don't know, like just everyone. Most like of younger people want to become a YouTuber.
I don't know.
Which I can get. I understand. Like I am part of that group. You know. I guess I want to be a quote unquote YouTuber, but it wouldn't be my. If I did do YouTube, it wouldn't be my central focus. Cause damn, I can't do that.
Yeah, I don't know if people are focusing too much on YouTube. I would say a lot of people are focusing on like TikTok now. It's like. Everyone wants to be like the next big famous TikToker because then, with TikTok comes views and notoriety and fame amongst the TikTok world. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of people aspire to be actors or like comedians or something in the
just some type of social influencer,
world.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Like, look at me. I'm such a great person. Let me just, help you decide your life decisions for you.
I don't know about that, but sure.
A lot of the time it just feels like, hey, squad fam, thanks for following. So
are you referring to like TikTok?
Yeah.
Oh, I think
TikTok
I
influencers and like YouTube influencers, Instagram influencers.
Yeah, but when you use the term influencer, that can mean anyone. You could who are you referring to specifically when you say influencer? Are you referring to just influencers in general or the more problematic influencers? Because
definitely the more problematic. I don't have an issue if you're influencing something that you actually like wholeheartedly believe in. But
okay.
I feel like a lot of quote unquote influencers are just doing it, to I don't know. I don't feel like there's a lot of morality in being an influencer, especially like when your target audience is susceptible to whatever propaganda you have to shove in their face.
So you mean children?
Yes.
Which
yes,
sounds
children.
like you're referring to someone's last name which starts with P.
Possibly. Kim Possible.
Yes. Damn. Kim Possible, the influencer.
Yes.
Fucked many people up.
She influenced my growing up. She was a big part of me.
I guess in that sense, she is an influencer.
She is. She was
for many young girls out there.
While I was,
I guess boys, no discrimination. Yeah.
That show was good.
That shit was good. I like Kim Possible. That was a fun show.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Her
the
little
thing is
mole
about
rat.
Kim Possible is like in my vague memory. Like I have a
Oh,
very
yeah.
vague memory of what Kim Possible actually was about.
Yeah, I don't remember much of it at all, but
I
know
remember
that
one
I enjoyed the
episode.
show.
And that's one with her sidekick Ron, right? No,
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Is
yeah.
Ron? Yeah, like he just
I
eats a bunch
think.
of. I don't remember his name, but he eats a bunch of nachos and becomes really bloated and fat. And for some reason, that's the only episode I remember. Which
That's
is like,
good.
I don't know why it's that episode. That's like the weirdest episode to remember, and I only remember that one part
I think
because I
that's
feel
why.
I don't think I watched it. I
I
don't
think
think
it's because that was so weird. That was such an outlier in the show that you just decided subconsciously, like, holy shit, this stands out to me. I want to remember this part.
true. But now that I think of it, I don't think I myself ever actually watched the show. I think it was my sister that watched the show,
Hmm.
and I just happened to walk in the room and see it at that point. So I don't know. I don't know. I could be making shit up because that's a very old memory.
I also probably just watched it because my older brother was playing it. I usually ended up watching a lot of TV shows because he was watching them first.
Oh yeah. Speaking of memory, have you ever noticed that? Well, I not noticed, but I would say like I've been very sus of my memory. Like I think my memory is pretty good, but when I try to remember things of the past, I'm very suspicious, to say the least, of like if what I remember is truly correct. I don't know, because like
Yeah.
people's memories are actually very, um, well, faulty. I would say
Yeah.
like no one's memory is perfect, obviously, but then
No,
you
I
start to question your
definitely.
own reality. Like, is this memory real or not? Like the fucking Bernstein bear kind of thing, you know? Like
Uh.
you always thought it was the Bernstein Bears, but it's actually the Bernstein Bears. It was never the Bernstein Bears.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know what the hell you're talking about with that, but I
Do you know
guess
what
it
the
sounds
Bernstein Bears
familiar.
or Bernstein Bears are?
No.
Oh, never mind. You
But I
thought you
can
had a
agree.
childhood. What?
I did, but
And you never
don't get me
never
wrong.
read the
Okay.
Bernstein Bears
No,
or watched the show?
it sounds very familiar, but I don't remember watching it or reading it. No.
That shit was fire.
But I do get what you're saying with the whole memory thing.
Yeah,
But
faulty memories. Like,
yeah,
what can you trust? I don't know.
it's been happening to me for a while though. Like I've since I guess as long as I can remember, like I've had trouble remembering big chunks of like my childhood or up even to like 10.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just like tiny bits and segments and I don't really know where the rest went.
That's like the same thing. Like for memory, when people ask me something, I can never bring it up from memory. Like when someone asks me a question or like about myself, I can never remember. It has to come out naturally, like in conversation. Otherwise, I cannot recollect it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Speaking of questions, I have a question for you.
Okay.
I actually don't have a question for you. I just
Oh. What a sick prank, bro.
I know it was a sick thing. I ran out of a thought and words to say.
Oh, okay.
I do have a
So,
question for you now, though.
okay, cool. Is this another prank or is this an actual
It's not a
question?
prank. I swear it's not a prank.
Okay.
It's actually a social experiment,
Oh god, bro. Dude, get pranked.
dude.
Oh god.
I
Oh lord.
social experiments are kind of fucking hilarious. Like,
I
did
think
you ever watch social experiments when that was like a big thing?
yes. Constantly.
Did you watch it in like an unironic sense or just ironic?
I kind of just watched it cuz it was there.
I remember when like because I was like kind of young when I started looking at YouTube stuff, so I think for the most part I believe that a lot of the social experiments were real. And
Yeah,
some of
because
them,
they
yeah,
try their damnedest to make you actually think that it's real.
yeah. This is- I don't know. Oh yeah. So when I was making the YouTube channel, right, and it suggested the YouTube. I don't know, when you're making a channel or something, it says, "Oh, pick these genres of what you like," and like it could be like gaming or sports. And there's this
Mm-hmm.
one genre that you could pick, and it was at the very top, and it was pranks. And I'm like, are pranks still like a big thing?
Oh
Because
my God,
pranks
yeah,
have come
dude.
in like throughout like the YouTube history. Like pranks have become a thing. They died off. They come back a little bit. They die off again. So is there like
And I'm
this
pretty
whole
sure
weird
they're.
untapped market of pranks still? Like, is
Oh
it
no,
even a
I
market? I don't
think
know.
I think it's definitely tapped. I think they've actually milked it quite dry, and
Yeah,
it's
no.
been milked dry for probably a
But it's
decade
still,
now.
yeah, exactly. But it's still
But they
kicking.
still decide to, yeah,
And still gets shit
yeah.
tons of views, right?
It will not die. It's gonna, yeah, like you said, it's gonna go out kicking.
Now, I
It's
have no
putting up a
problem
fight.
with pranks. I mean, and honestly, some of them are good. But
Some of them.
I can't give examples because I don't remember any. But I don't know. I've seen some also really bad pranks. It's like cheating on your girlfriend
Sorry.
prank is
Don't
one
you
of them.
mean social experiments,
I mean,
dude?
I mean social experiments. It's a
Dude, social
social
experiments, bro.
experiment. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know if you've probably seen the one where like people are like pretending to like lose their memory, and then like they're telling siblings or like parents about it, and then their siblings or parents or I don't know, whatever relatives, like they literally start breaking down and crying because they think that that person lost their memory and that they have no idea who they are anymore. And then they'll just like break it and they'll be like, ha ha ha, pranked, sorry, social experiment, ha, I actually didn't lose my memory. And then they start teasing the person for crying about it. It's like, ah, ha ha, look, you were crying, you actually thought I lost my memory, blah blah blah. And it's like, at what point is that just not a prank anymore, but you're just bullying someone and then filming and posting their humiliation for other people's entertainment?
Yeah, I've heard this
That's
said.
fucked.
I've
That is
heard that.
that is morally
Yeah,
fucked.
I've heard this said somewhere before, but like with pranks, right? And like the YouTube algorithm, like you have to keep ramping up and every prank. So like each just to like get that viral hit or whatever, you gotta keep increasing the craziness of your prank, and it starts
Uh-huh.
getting past you know, ethical levels.
Moral
Yeah,
boundaries.
moral boundaries don't exist when you're on that YouTube grind, you know?
Uh-huh. It starts off as like, ha ha ha, replacing my brother's ice cream cone with a piece of plastic, and then over time it's like stealing the president's dog, putting pornographic photos of Putin in a missile and launching them at Ukraine.
Yeah.
It's
See,
like, when does
here's the thing, like
go?
the crazy pranks, right, that are fake. Like most of the crazy pranks I would say are fake, obviously.
Yeah.
But there are the few of these crazy pranks which just aren't fake. I think have you heard of the one where these dudes pretended to rob an art gallery?
It sounds familiar.
And I think they actually got jail time for it or something. Which is
Well, do they just
they
walk into an art gallery
yeah
with
they
guns and wave them around and say we're robbing the bank?
well robbing the art gallery, but
Or
yeah, they
yeah.
basically did that.
Oh, I
it
wonder why they got
if
real
you
jail
didn't know it
time
was
for
a
that.
prank, it would have been. It looked exactly just like a heist or robbery. It also reminds me
Yeah.
of like
It's because that's not a prank. That's literally just a crime blanketed in a suit or like a costume of like prank or social experiment.
yeah,
It's totally fine because it's just a prank, bro.
it reminds me. There's also this other prank that I thought that I used to think was funny, which was the Allah Akbar prank, where people throw bags. But now I just realized
That's just really
that's kind of fucked up.
yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that's how you give people a good scare. I think the unironic pranks though are done by the kids who are watching these people do these pranks, and
And
then
they're
like
like,
they don't
oh,
know that
let's
they're
do them
fake, and they're like,
too.
oh yeah, yeah, I want to try that one, and then they
No,
end up either getting themselves or other people in a lot of trouble because of it, because they're like, oh, but the people on YouTube did it, and it's totally real.
yeah, I agree. That's definitely a potential problem with these pranks. I mean,
Yeah.
that's always been a problem though. When it's been a problem for a long time, or considered one, to see like how these extreme pranks can influence younger people into doing some stupid ass shit.
Hmm.
See, I would have done the stupid ass shit, but I'm too much of a pussy. So, dude,
I kind of
social
just liked
public things
watching.
scare the shit out of me. No more.
I can safely say now that COVID is start. It's begun to get a grasp on my social life. I'm becoming more of an introverted person again, just because I
Like,
haven't
meaning what? Like,
been in contact with people in a very long time. You know,
like you changed into more of an introvert than,
I guess
huh?
not
Well, I mean,
changed.
like,
I feel like I reverted back to more introverted ways, whereas now like I it took already a really long time for me to get over it the first time, and then just to like be able to be comfortable in social public places with a bunch of people I don't know.
hmm
But now I'm gonna have to relearn all that because I'm getting more socially anxious just by the thought of people again.
I think you're. I think a lot of people are on the same boat as you, though. Like,
I know.
when you don't talk to people for the longest time, you start to lose some of your social skills, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I feel that to a certain extent.
If you're not continuing to like practice, then you start to lose the groove.
But also, what do you mean introvert? Because I think introvert has a pretty specific meaning, or like how people. Because I always like being shy doesn't necessarily mean you're introverted. I think I don't really know how it works. You took psychology. You should know. You probably know how it works better than I do.
Introversion?
Is that do they do introversion in psychology at all?
They
Or
did. Yeah, we talked about personality types, but I was very iffy on that section.
oh,
I was kind of iffy on the whole thing, but I still really enjoyed it.
because dude, what I've noticed, everyone has a different like definition of what introverted means, and I could never get a general consensus from people on what introversion means. Like
If I could
the
look
internet
through my
says
notes
it's
and
yeah. Like
find the definition again, I would tell you, but
I
that
just
would take
I
a
just looked it
while.
up and it said the quality of being shy, right? But like, I've also heard it's just
I
like
think it's
if
more
you're
than that.
around people, right? You like one definition I've heard is that if you're around people and you gain energy that way, you're an
Then you're an
extrovert.
extrovert.
If you gain energy by just being by yourself, then you're introvert. But like, I don't know. I've just heard the shy thing also, so I have no idea what what it means.
I think being introverted is kind of a combination of those where you show more, I guess, passive and personal um, traits. Like where you're more just like trying to be with yourself and you're kind of afraid or anxious whenever it comes to meeting new people or talking to people.
Yeah.
Um, I think it definitely does come with shyness, and I also agree with the fact that you can burn out if you're introverted by hanging out with people, but I feel like if you're more extroverted, you could just keep going and going and going and going without needing some like alone time or personal time or just needing a break to, get more energy and get back into it.
Yeah, I mean, like the reason I brought this up is because you said that you are more introverted
I
now.
feel like I'm starting to revert back to my
So does
initially introverted
so does
ways.
that like what do you mean introverted ways? Does that mean like you just spend more time?
In the
I mean,
past, I would,
like,
I
but
would,
you can all you can do is spend time by yourself. So is that like during the COVID situation, you all you can do is really be either with your family or by yourself. You can't.
yeah. I don't know. Well, before I was more, I don't know, I only talked to a certain amount of people, and after hanging out, I would need to take some time on my own. But now it's like even starting to talk to those people, even if it's over the phone or if it's like FaceTime or Discord or
Oh,
whatever.
it's like exhausting.
Yeah, I find that just to be like a lot more work than it's worth, and then I feel like I don't even want to
Well, here's
join into those calls with people because I don't know, I feel like I would be exhausted too much or I wouldn't be as into it as I normally am. All
yeah.
that kind of stuff.
I mean, here's also another possibility, right? Well, hanging out with people in real life is a lot different than hanging out with people over
Online.
online or over the phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a totally different experience.
No, it is. It
So,
really is.
like maybe like you're not into the talking online, but I think you would probably still be into hanging out with people. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
do you think if COVID just stopped being a thing, like tomorrow or something, that you would feel the same way about talking to people?
No, that's a good point. I would probably just be back hanging with friends. I don't know if I would be with like all of them at once. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can't really make predictions on what you don't know.
Yeah. It's
Because I feel like not just like,
yeah. You can't really
not just
tell.
the US, but I feel like everywhere changed a lot due to this.
Yeah. You can't really
And I don't
tell.
know if we're going to revert back to how it was before, but I know that we're definitely going through a lot of changes. So
Yeah. Like I said, you can't.
it's hard to foresee what differences there are now.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to tell until everything's in hindsight. You need
Hmm.
hindsight. We don't have hindsight.
Yeah,
Hindsight man. My favorite superhero is Hindsight Man.
he's a good one.
If you
He's
think
funny.
people make fun of Hindsight Man. I don't think that he's the worst character to have because hindsight can be a helpful tool. I believe because
How so?
it can help you in the future, right? You can analyze past situations very very well, right?
I don't know
So
if that's his power. I think his power is literally after something happens, he's like, oh, I knew this would happen. But like he doesn't know it was going to happen before it happened.
I guess I don't know enough about Hindsight Man. I'll be honest.
Yeah, hindsight bias. We actually did go over this one in psych. Hindsight bias is basically when you go into something, and let's say that you're watching like a new movie that like you're really excited for,
Yeah.
and you're going into it and you're like, oh man, this is gonna be so good, and then it turns out to be so bad, and then once you're leaving, you're like, oh dude, I totally knew it was gonna be so bad. Like I just knew that it was gonna be so bad. There's no way of proving that, but there's also no way of disproving that
I mean,
unless okay, let's say that they
well,
didn't
you could
actually
prove it
say
if
out loud
yeah.
that
Yeah.
they thought it was going to be good.
Hmm.
But after that movie they could say, oh, I already knew it was going to be bad even if they thought it was good, and then that's hindsight bias because it's like, oh, it already happened, so there's no way that you can prove me right or wrong that I knew.
I don't know. Does hindsight bias really apply to Hindsight Man though? Is that really?
Well,
I don't
his
know if
whole
that's. I don't know if that is. Do you know his
uh,
character? Because I don't. I don't know if that's actually how his hindsight works.
I don't, but I feel like hindsight man is just someone with the ability of hindsight. So
I
that after something happens, they're like, "Oh, I totally knew that was gonna happen."
I just want his ability to just be useless.
Oh, I think it is.
You know, I hope that's what it is.
I mean, what good is being a cop and showing up to a crime and then pointing out the dead body that everyone already knew was there? Like, kicking the door, guys, look, that body, that's dead. And I knew that that body was dead.
No shit, sure.
Yeah, and then you get smacked upside the head by your chief.
Ah, nice.
I don't think that's a useful power.
Could be. What if it was like? Have you seen Psych?
Huh?
Psych
Is that a movie?
is a show.
No.
All right, never mind.
Well, explain.
I was gonna say so in Psych, he has like the ability to what's it called? Like photographic
Is
memory. He has photographic memory.
Oh, see,
So
now
he
that's a useful power.
so like I was thinking, would hindsight kind of be the same thing as photographic memory?
I don't think so. I think with
like
photographic
yeah,
memory,
like
you
really
see
good
something.
hindsight. Like would be like I remember every single detail of the past, or is it just
It's literally just being able to say, "I knew that that was gonna happen."
so that's his fucking power.
I'm pretty sure that that's all hindsight is.
All right, glad we glad we determined that.
Okay, hindsight. Understanding of a situation or event only after it has happened or developed.
Oh,
So,
so yeah, so he's literally useless because everyone else already figured it out. And he's just like, yeah, I do that.
yeah, I totally knew that. I knew that was gonna
All right,
happen.
with the actual definition of hindsight, it makes a lot more sense.
Oh, it's such a useless power.
Everything's solved. Yeah, he's like, yeah, I totally.
Yeah, I could have told you guys it was him. I mean, you just needed to figure it out first.
Yeah, now I know what hindsight means. Legit, I just assumed like hindsight was like looking at the past and be like, oh, that could have been done better, or whatever.
Nope.
No, it's
I
just
think that's
more
what's the word?
reflection or
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, reflection.
or recollection or stuff like something like that
Yeah, reflection of oneself.
of oneself in hindsight. Dude, wait. You remember? Last episode we were talking about Wonder Woman, right?
Yeah.
Remember when she opened, well, spoilers I guess, but when she opens the egg thing? Oh no, this isn't Wonder Woman.
What egg?
There's no egg. Yeah, there's no egg in Wonder Woman. You're right.
You mean the stone?
What am I? No. What
Because
am
she
I?
also didn't open that.
What am I thinking
What?
about? What the?
What egg?
Wait. No, it's not Wonder Woman at all.
I agree.
Ow. I just ripped my headphones out of
Egg.
it. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to remember. There's this.
Is it another
Oh yeah,
superhero
it was
thing?
another. It's this Disney movie I saw, and they ripped off
Okay.
Kung Fu Panda. So it's just like remake of what was it? It's like it's not Alice in Wonderland, but it's a Disney take on. Trying so hard to remember. I just don't remember the movie. I don't know. There's this whole gat thing where she opens an egg and it's a compass and she's like my mom told me that everything that I wanted would be inside this egg, and
Is
then
that the Wrinkle of Time?
no, it reminded me of From the
And
Time,
Time.
but it's I
Okay.
remember it's a Disney version of the Nutcracker.
I
know,
think I saw commercials for that, but I don't think I actually saw it.
It wasn't the worst thing I've seen, but
It looked pretty cool. I liked the trailer. I like the way that they changed the Nutcracker song to sound more like epic in the trailer. It sounded really cool.
yeah, it was all right. But like she opened up this egg and she's like, "Oh, lies! My mother lied to me." It was a music box when she opened up the egg, and
Wait,
she was
the
like,
egg was a music box.
Yeah,
or there
she
was
opened-
a music
so
box
she-
in the end.
"There's a music box in the egg, basically,
Okay.
or something." And
What a good place to put a music
yeah,
box.
she's like, my mom said everything I would ever need was inside, and then she flips this like mirror thing where the music box was, and it's a
Okay.
mirror, and it looks back at herself. She's like, "Oh, everything is inside. That's me." Like,
Oh my god.
and I'm
You
like,
telling me
that's what they
the
did in-
treasure wasn't the destination, but the friends we made along
yeah,
the way?
and I'm like, that's Kung Fu Panda. That's what they
I
did
had
when he was the
strength
Dragon
inside
Warrior
me
scroll.
the whole
Yeah.
time. My god,
She wasn't.
that sounds fun.
She didn't. She didn't start doing kung fu. Sadly, it would have been a lot.
Damn
Cool.
it.
Actually, no. She started fucking punching people. No, she did do. No, it's Kung Fu Panda. Nutcracker Disney is Kung Fu Panda. Because there's these like metal, Nutcracker army bad people, dudes, and she just starts like drop kicking them. It's really funny.
They're metal?
Yeah, I don't know. In this movie, the Sugar Plum Princess is actually evil. It's kind of.
Huh. I know that the Sugar Plum Fairy is evil. She was in Cabin in the Woods, but I don't know who Sugar Plum Princess is.
I don't know. It's like there's Nutcracker lore, which is. I think the entire plot of Nutcracker can be explained in basically a sentence.
Explain it. Go.
What's sentence?
That sentence? Yeah.
All right. Girl falls asleep and finds Rat and Nutcracker. They fight Rat and she wake up and is it real? I don't know. Maybe.
That's like 4 sentences.
I never said period. Okay. It worked. I said
wow.
I said and.
Actually, no, you're right because you did throw grammar out the door for that one.
Grammar.
Okay, so girl falls asleep and finds a rat inside of a nutcracker. Then she has to fight that rat, and then they all live happily ever after. Because was it a dream? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Wait, the rat was inside the nutcracker?
The rat was inside him all along. You know, I think there's
a
rat.
He looks in the mirror and he sees the rat staring back at him.
I was a rat all along. Existential crisis on hand. Oh, imagine looking into the mirror and you're just a giant rat.
Yeah, that would be fun. I would try to see if I'm dreaming, and if not,
you know what?
I could get me some cheese.
I do not understand why rats are always seen as gross. I never think like rats are not gross to me. Even the big ones aren't gross. I just think rats are cute. I don't know. People don't like the tails, but I don't know.
Well, there's pet rats that I think are cute, but I think like the really fat ass sewer rats with like the gross sharp yellow teeth that hiss at you.
I even like the sewer rats. I think
they're fucking creepy, dude.
What do you mean? Like, let me look at a picture of sewer rats.
They see you with their little squeaks, and then they hiss at you because I don't know.
Are you making fun of Flushed Away? Because they're sewer rats.
Flushed Away?
Or is it's not Flushed Away?
I think you're talking about Ratatouille.
No, yeah, Flushed Away.
Actually,
are you making fun of Flushed Away? I was right.
No, you're right.
With
I very vaguely remember that movie.
Dude, that movie is underrated. It's such a good movie. I know
that the main character is a rat that looks like Tom Holland, and that's about it.
I didn't think about that, but you're kind of right.
Yeah, I don't know the plot of it. I don't know any other characters. I just know Tom Holland is a rat.
We should watch it.
Okay.
Because it's actually pretty good. I like that movie.
Okay. I know I've definitely seen it before.
Anyway, sewer rats. I don't know. Sewer rats look awesome. What do you mean?
I think you're just trying to trick yourself.
They're adorable. They're a little soggy, but they're cute.
They're a little wet.
A little moist.
Little moist.
Moist. Nice and wet and moist.
Oh, did you see Meat Canyon dropped a new video?
I did.
It's his personal series now, and
I know. Love the faces. Monster Lab. I remember he made a Patreon earlier for Monster Lab. But man, I like it a lot actually.
Very good artist, very good voice actor, very funny.
Very good at making you uncomfortable.
Very good.
Very good.
Like amazing at making you uncomfortable.
Who would have thought being uncomfortable would be a whole experience, and an enjoyable one at that?
Yeah.
I never thought I would enjoy being uncomfortable until I saw Meat Canyon. He changed everything for me.
He changed my life.
He's changed my life. And he got me into monologuing. Monologues are cool.
Yeah.
My goal in life.
Talking about the quarter.
You know, if I had to have any New Year's resolution, it's to do more monologues.
Just like in the middle of life.
I want to learn how to do a monologue at any time, at any point in my life. If I need a monologue.
So you want to go to like a coffee shop and then like start ordering something and then just get like sidetracked about a monologue about your pet?
Yeah.
Give me a monologue about your pet right now. Any of them.
I'll do about my dead rat.
I don't think you've ever had a rat, but okay.
What? I've totally had a rat.
You had a rat?
I had a rat. We had 2 rats when I was little. Maybe.
What were their names?
No idea.
Rat
No
and
idea.
Bastard.
Well, I remember how they looked like. My rat was black, and then my sister's was white. And they both died from cancer.
That is depressing.
Yeah. I don't think we treated the rats very well as children. We had this Lego tree set, and me and my childhood friend, Andrew. You know Andrew.
Yeah.
So we had this train set. You know how Christmas trees always have train sets around them?
Mm-hmm.
We would take the rat and just like choo, but with the rat on top of it. And
How big were they?
And it would make all these like squeaky It would sometimes make these squeaking noise, which meant it was like in pain, and I felt so bad about it.
Well, now you do.
I just have a video of me now, incriminating video of me being an animal abuser. Poor rat.
That sucks.
You didn't deserve.
Poor rat.
You didn't deserve that. You didn't deserve it. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
But I always remember the black rat whose name I don't remember. He was so nice, you know. I remember his glistening eyes in the sunlight. Whenever he blinked, a little tear would fall down his cheek, and it would bloom a flower for the next spring.
For the next mouse to be birthed.
For the next mouse to be birthed from his ashes.
For every tear that black rat shed, another was born with his DNA.
Leading to a new generation of super rats.
Their name, Tom.
Also, rats are so fucking smart, man. No wonder why we do unethical experiments on them.
Why we use lab rats?
Dude, they have opposable thumbs, and they actually use them. Did you know that?
Oh my god, you're right. Oh, you know what animal I love that has opposable thumbs?
What?
Raccoons.
Oh.
I love how they wash their food and how they can stand on their hind legs and just like twiddle their thumbs.
Fucking adorable. Also, at the same time, will kind of just fuck you up. Raccoons are pretty gangster.
Amazing, cute little trash pandas. I want one.
Trash pandas.
Yes.
You know, they are trash pandas, you're right. They look like lemurs to me. Don't they remind you of lemurs?
Their tails definitely do.
Yeah.
Like lemur
because it's all
cats.
striped, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lemurs.
And they're kind of fluffy.
Yeah. Except lemurs are a lot. I think lemurs look kind of weird. They look like they're on crack 24/7.
Yeah, their eyes are half inside.
Yeah, they're like yellow.
Out.
They have crack eyes.
I don't know if I've ever seen a lemur blink. Do they?
I don't know. Right? From those eyes, it looks like they've never blinked a single time in their lives.
Maybe they're all traumatized at youth.
Yeah. They look like
they just can't close their eyes because they're too worried that if they close their eyes, they're gonna let their guard down.
Those eyes, they've seen some shit.
Maybe lemurs have eidetic memory and they remember birth. Like,
I'm glad I never remembered birth.
Detail by bleeding detail.
Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, would you want to close your eyes after that?
No. Everywhere I look, I see it.
Oh, God. This is an R-rated podcast, yes?
I assume so.
Because it definitely should not be for children.
Oh, well, it's definitely not for children. I made sure of that when making the video.
Good. Good.
There's an option that says, "Is this video made for children?" Because there's new, I think it's a CAPA. It's like there's new laws
CAPTCHA?
or there's I did a law. It's something about YouTube policy now that you have to say if your
sounds
videos for children or not.
Oh, well,
Good thing we're not
that's
for
good.
children.
Yeah, good thing we're not for children. Fuck
Yeah.
children.
Unless you want all that child money that
You mean all of the money that influencers steal from their children? Boom, circled back to the first topic.
boom. Wow,
It wasn't
amazing.
just a long rant.
Yeah, there's no that was just one long tangent. The
It's
whole
a-
time you never knew it. It was just one big tangent.
It's a 35-minute tangent. It's a monologue,
Hey.
but with two people. It's just two joint soliloquies.
Speaking of monologues.
it.
Oedipius.
don't know who that
Oedipius. Oh, you don't know Oedipius?
No, he sounds like he's from the Odyssey. Pray tell.
Well, he is Greek. And he's the first guy to be like incest wincest, I think.
Really? What a Chad. Man, Greeks were eccentric. They were fun.
Greeks were kinky as fuck.
Yeah. Oh my god, man. I don't even know. Explain to me how kinky the Greeks were.
I don't know. It seemed like
You have to.
I'm not a Greek historian. I don't know this shit. But
Look it up.
I feel like the Greeks got down with the orgies a lot.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. They just seem like it seems like such a high society thing that they would do. They'd be like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, orgies. Let's go."
Yeah. Yeah, legit.
I don't know.
Right, boys, it's orgy
Well,
time.
don't we know that like they had like gay companions a lot?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I don't
And I
know
believe-
about that. How
I'm not gonna say it, never mind.
accurate that fact is.
What, that they had gay companions?
Huh?
That they had gay companions?
What was I saying?
You said you didn't know how accurate that was.
Yeah, I don't know that fact, but I think it's pretty accurate. I mean,
I can
gay
imagine
companions
it.
have been a while for a long time. For example, like Gilgamesh, right? I think I think one of the biggest fan theories of Gilgamesh is that Gilgamesh and Enkidu fuck.
I don't know who Inky Poo is,
Oh,
but
it's
Gilgamesh, I've heard that word before.
yeah, it's one
You
of
used to
the
tell me a lot about that.
yeah, it's one of the oldest known literatures of humankind.
Literature, bro.
Literature, man.
Literature.
Literature. How is this? Is this enough garbage?
Well, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot of brain garbage.
Brain garbage.
One might even say it's a lot of intellectual
Garbage. Nice.
name drop.
Name drop. Fucking plug.
Hell yeah. Shameless plug. Ha ha.
Plug,
Yeah,
like,
now,
and subscribe this video right now.
now all of you void dwellers have to go and check out our channel, Intellectual Garbage. Because I just shamelessly plugged us twice. So now you have to go and you have to listen to one of our podcasts.
Exactly. Our 1 out of 2 podcasts.
Our 1 out of currently 2 podcasts.
Exactly. We have a very big roster of podcasts, I would say.
Lobster.
Yeah, let me which lets me ask the question. What do you want to do for actually this kind of maybe not for the podcast. I forgot we're recording.
Yeah. It's okay.
I was going to ask like do you just want to do podcasts for the channel or do you want to do fuck it, it's brain garbage. It's a podcast. We can say whatever we want.
Intellectual garbage. We
It's
can talk about whatever fuck shit we desire.
Exactly. So, what do you want to post? Just podcasts, or would you post something else? Also,
I'm down for anything. We could do literally anything.
Literally anything.
I'm down to expand my horizon.
We just post shit, whatever we want. All right.
Yeah, we could post gaming. We could do like reviews of stuff. We could just do like, I don't know, group talks.
All right.
We could do podcasts, whatever we want.
Ooh,
we could do
stars.
Yeah. I was actually thinking of that too.
First guest star, I say we get Matt Damon here. Matt Damon.
Oh, I was thinking more of Morgan Freeman, but
ooh, okay.
Here, you know what? Let's start more in budget.
We got somewhere smaller.
Next time we're gonna have the real Butterman with us.
The real Butterman
is our first special guest. So tune in next time on our podcast. Yeah.
Well, they don't know who the real Butterman is, though.
Oh, they will.
They will.
By the end of the next podcast, believe me, they will know. So, Void Dwellers, thanks for listening to our intellectual garbage. Yeah. I have been Mute and...
I guess Dumb Funk, is that what I'm going by?
Yes, and he has been Funky. So.
Funky, yeah.
Funky.
All right.
Enjoy the sounds of cats wailing in the streets.
Enjoy this. Perfect.
Okay, I'm going to stop my recording.